my experience with the Q-Link, I've only used it for a couple of days. I actually just got it in the mail like a week ago, and I've used it for a couple of days. And again, I'm doing so many other things that it's hard to know which thing is working well, or which thing is not working well, unless it works significantly better or significantly different than all the other stuff that I'm doing. Now, that was the case with this. It did show a significant difference. It revealed a significant difference for me. And the difference that I got, like with these types of devices, and I'm going to show you another device later, is like they don't change the energy in your environment. They alter like the way you deal with that energy, based on my understanding of it. And one way they test is through muscle testing. And muscle testing is an alternative medicine method and it kind of works on like the subconscious. So it's kind of sketchy when you start, comparing it to conventional medicine and conventional knowledge, because they don't know exactly how it works. And people start to begin to doubt the effectiveness, or if it's like they call it woo or magic, or not real science. But with muscle testing, you basically you put someone in a situation, or you have them eat something, or you have them use something, and then you test their muscles. If the action or whatever they're doing agrees with their body, then their body automatically gets stronger. And it works even just by asking somebody a question. You can ask somebody a question, and when they answer the question, you can test their strength. And if they're lying, they will be significantly weaker, because the subconscious is acting subconsciously. And the type of muscle testing they do is nothing really advanced. They have it more advanced ways, but just like something simple is you push pressure down on the arm and see how much pressure the person can push up, or even you test how strongly someone can pinch, or something like this. It's real basic, real simple, but effective ways to know if something's working for you, something is favorable for you. Or you can even eat things and do simple muscle tests and find out if that food agrees with you or if it doesn't agree with you. And I've even read where you could like have a supplement. You can hold the supplement in your hand and then do the muscle test with another part of your body, and you could do it that way. So when you start looking into it, it looks real like sketchy, but I can dig it. To me, it some kind of way it makes sense. In my instincts, it makes sense. But my experience with the Q-Link, there was definitely a difference. And the way I used it, using that whole logic with the muscle testing, I didn't do the muscle testing. So what I did was I did an actual real workout. I put this on and I went outdoors. I lifted weights, and my workouts were significantly stronger than they had been over the past few weeks, like right away. So just from that, I know that this does something. It's not just placebo. This is, from my experience, this does do something. I don't know exactly what it does, but it does do something. And the something that it did was beneficial. Like my bottom line, I love to work out. I love to get stronger. And that's how I make a lot of my analysis on the things that I do is I keep a fitness routine. And if my fitness routine is suffering, and I know that whatever I'm doing is working or is not working. So that's kind of my guide on a lot of things. So I guess I do my own version of muscle testing, which just basically just exercise and paying attention. So the next thing that I'll talk about, and I'm getting to the like more effective things that I'm talking about here now. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is dirty electricity filters. And I'll show this to you. Dirty electricity filters. This little simple thing. This is a dirty electricity filter. It's from a company called E-Link, and here in this country I'm in, I have to convert the energy, so I have to plug it in like this. But when I bought this thing, I was a big time skeptic, and this is one of those things that it's like, why not? Why not? And even I thought prior to buying this thing, I thought dirty electricity was like some type of a myth or some type of negligible thing that's not really important. But after I started implementing, I just basically plugging these into my outlets, my plugs and outlets in my apartment. This probably gave me the biggest noticeable change, and the change came through my sleep. Sleep is so important. If something makes your sleep better, your life just gets better. So with sleep is really important, and I'll explain how this works, and it's probably not going to be that great of an explanation, but I'm going to try. Now, with these, in your house, your apartment, you have a power grid running through your walls, surrounding you at all times in your place. And that power grid, even if you don't have anything plugged in, there's still electricity moving through the power grid, not that much. And that energy, and if you do have something plugged in, let's say a refrigerator, or you have just, some type of appliance just plugged in, it's interacting with electricity, and the electricity is moving through your system all the time. Sometimes it's pulsing, it's doing little pulse, sometimes doing big pulses, and particularly if when it's doing the big pulses, these big pulses create big EMF fields in your place. So think of it this way. Think of this as your room, right? Your square room, and this surrounding your square room is electrical outlet. Now the energy moving through it, it's pulsing like this. So, and you could think of this as relatively clean electricity, but with dirty electricity, the pulses are, more pronounced, more big. And when those bigger pulses happen, it creates a bigger disturbance of electromagnetic fields that you're exposed to. And electromagnetic fields are very different from regular stationary magnetic fields, because you have, with the electromagnetic field, you have the southern and the negative just pulsing in a really chaotic way, and your body's exposed to that, and it interferes with your body's own system that it has going on. Now, once again, it's probably a really poor explanation, but I think it's good enough to explain to someone who has no idea, like myself, who not that long ago didn't have any idea. But I plugged one of these in, thinking nothing's going to happen. And I remember the very first night I went to sleep almost instantaneously. As soon as my head hit the pillow, I was asleep. And, that rarely ever happens at this stage in my life. It's back when I'm like, a kid, you play all day and you go in and you sleep, like lights out. Happened like that. I thought it was coincidence. Next day, almost the same thing. Just slight delay. Next day, almost the same thing, but even slighter delay. And over that whole week, there was more of a delay, but I was still going to bed under 10 minutes every night, which is, unheard of at this point for me. And after that 1 week of just this outstanding sleep, And also, I'm going to sleep at like 8. I could go to sleep at 8 o'clock. Like before, no way I could try to go to sleep at 8 o'clock and expect to go to sleep at 8 o'clock. Like even if I lay my body in the bed and try to go to sleep at 8 o'clock, it's gonna be laying there. But after using this, I was going to sleep right away when it's time efficient, not laying in the bed for an hour and a half waiting to go to sleep. I was going to sleep right away. And it let me know that there was a problem in my environment that I didn't even realize was there. I thought it was just like natural for me to not be able to sleep like that, it'd be like that, but it wasn't natural. And that's kind of what I mean by there's so much potential within us that we just accept as natural when it's just something that we don't have to be dealing with, period. And I feel, I'm not going to tell you about how I feel because I have so many feelings, but after the first week, I ordered another one. And after I got my second one, I put the second one in my apartment. The same thing happened. My head, I went to sleep as soon as my head hit the pillow again. This time, instantaneous again. And same thing when I bought the first one. The next day, it was instantaneous, but slight delay as time went on, but it stayed consistently me being able to go to sleep right away. And a week later, I bought a third one, and same type of deal happened. It got better and better the more of these I bought. And this particular company, I read the package, and these companies, they won't tell you how things work. Some of them give like outrageous description of like what these things can do. And this is what this company said. And I'm paraphrasing. But from what I remember, it says that by plugging these in, it creates a energy blocking field around your entire house that blocks you from everything, even the outside stuff, which is ridiculous and impossible. And that kind of made me kind of angry just reading it and seeing how ridiculous it was. But these things do work. In my experience, these things do work. I have another one coming in the mail, my number 4, and I'll see how that works. So, dirty electricity filters. Who knew these? I got to really keep studying to learn like what else is great that I don't know about. And the next thing, this bad baby right here, and I have a mouthful to tell about this. I have a mouthful to tell about this. So, put your seatbelt on and get ready to listen. This is what's called a diode. And if you look at it, this is the back of it is made of copper. It's like copper. And this is like some type of ceramic material. And if you look here, I've broken it. So it's like layers of ceramic material. I dropped it on the ground. It broke off. And I was kind of upset because I paid quite a bit of money for this. This was, especially I'm overseas. So I had to pay $100 extra for this. This was like a few $100s, and I had to pay an extra $100 because one company they don't ship outside of the United States. But this is a diode. This is a circuit breaker diode. This is not for they have smaller diodes that you put on your cell phone and like electromagnetic devices that supposedly absorb the radiation, the energy, and blocks you from getting it. But when I bought this diode, I guess I'll share the story of why I even believed it in the first place. Because had I never come across the information that prompted me to buy it, I would have thought it was just complete nonsense. But I'm a pretty big fan. I consider him a mentor, even though he's passed away 2016. Dr. Delbert Blair. I found him about a year or so ago, and I binged everything I could find about him. Bought a few books. even though the books are just basically stuff on the internet that has been rewritten, that I realized later after I'm watching and reading the books. And I binge watch everything I could find on him. And dude's just really brilliant. And he talked about like a lot of the things that I would love to talk about. So, and I was inspired so much that I want to take a lot of his beliefs and his knowledge and like take it in different directions. And even it'd be really like arrogant to say take it to the next level, but I really want to expand some of what he talks about and keep his legacy alive through some of his stuff, not everything, some of it. But he talks about everything, about changing the world. He talks about the universe and the mind and the esoteric part of life, metaphysics. He brings it all together in like one central theory, and it's really beautiful, whether you believe it or not. And the guy is so intelligent and like so charismatic. It's just really awesome to just behold, whether it's real or not. And it's like the guy is so brilliant. You even if it's not real, you learn stuff still because of how brilliant the guy is. And as I continue to like binge watch his videos, he kept bringing up diode, get a diode, in this day and age, the technology, the ELF waves are killing you. The extreme low frequency waves are the worst ones. Get a diode, get the protection. Everything's stealing energy from you, your cell phone, your household appliances. And, he talked about that. I ignored it for a long time. But after listening to a lot of the things he said and trying some of the things he said, and end up realizing this dude knows what he's talking about, and he's brilliant. So I decided to take that leap of faith and start searching for diodes. And these were really hard to find, like searching through the internet. And my search led me to a guy named Wayne Cook. So in order to understand the diode and see if it works and just try to get an understanding of it to see if it's legit or not, I start searching, the website. I'll show you the book. It's called Universal Truths, the Energy, the Unlocking the Secrets of Energy Healing. And I learned a few things from reading this book. Even though the book it's a lot of information cloaked. I guess they don't want their device reverse engineered. It's already patented, so they really guard this information well. They tell you stuff, but they really watch what they tell you, and like even to a degree, it's not a good thing, because like with this. Yeah, I haven't even gotten to like the effects. Oh yeah, when I searched their website, I found Dr. Delbert Blair. He left a review or something like this. So I was like, okay, man, if he did it, then it's at least worth a shot. So I took a leap of faith just based on that. Some things you just have to find. You have to find people that you have a connection with, and you follow the information through people that you trust, because even if you have like some of the best scientists, some of the best minds ever, some of the information you can't follow. And I made a video, I think it was my last video. It was about, I think a spiritual sixth dimension where, love is higher than the mind. And you follow love, it takes you further. So sometimes you can't trust your mind. You just have to follow your heart and go from person to person that you trust to the person that you trust to find truths. So in the book about this thing, the way it works is that it works similar. they speak some of the similar languages as the Q-Link people, where resonance and frequencies that match the human body, that are compatible with the human body, that protect the human body, and it blocks and protects you from other things that aren't a frequency match to your body. So in that way, it protects you. And this is the most powerfulest one that I could find. I think they have one even more powerful than this, but it's really big, and it's for, like, I guess, industrial use, for like if like some type of machine plant where there's a bunch of machines and stuff. But this is for a circuit breaker, and you stick it on a circuit breaker. Usually if there's a smaller version of this, you stick it on your cell phone, if you're familiar with those. And what I did, and I'm kind of I'm an idiot sometimes. I do things that I shouldn't do. But what I did, I said, hey, why don't I just keep this with me and just put it in my pocket instead of put it on a circuit breaker? Like, I am a circuit breaker, just being an idiot like that. And I put it in my pocket on my left side, because in the book, according to them, you want to put it on your left side, because the way energy works, the energy goes through the left side of your body and comes out of the right side of your body. Like if you're walking on the ground, the energy from the ground, from grounding, it goes through your left foot, that's the negative energy. Negative means you're absorbing energy, and it goes out the right foot, which it's positive. Positive means you're using or expelling energy. And same thing with the arms. So they tell you to put it in your left pocket, or the left side of your body, to get, or they said the center. That way, the energy doesn't get confused, and it follows the right path, and it stays on course according to them, and it's according to them and the information that they give. And I put this out the first day it arrived in the mail. I came home from work, and I walked in my place, and the air in my apartment was different. Like, this was already in the box in my, like, inside of my door where the mailman left it. And the air in my place was different. And the same thing happened when I used the dirty electricity filter. The air in my room was different, but I don't think the air was actually different. I think that, when you fix the energy in your environment, your body can relax. And when your body relaxes, your body temperature changes. When your body relaxes, it just feels different. And if you're exposed to a bunch of bad energy and bad electromagnetic fields, your body is kind of freaking out, and it's affecting how you make energy. And part of making energy is how well you heat and cool your body. So I'm guessing that's the connection with that. But the whole temperature in the room was different. It just felt like wind was blowing, but there's no wind, if that makes any sense. And I kind of sat in my chair in my place, and I felt better. I just felt better. Mentally in my mind, I just felt better. And I thought it was just placebo. I was like, this is just craziness. And then the next day, same thing, just felt great. Like my whole mind was different. And I'm trying to think of a way to explain how I felt and describe it in a way where you can comprehend me. I guess the way, the feeling that I got, and I guess a good comparison. Many years ago, I was on the verge of a nervous breakdown. I'm former military, and it was some really heavy stuff happening, and I was really not myself for a while. And I took prescription medication. That's what I was prescribed from a psychiatrist. And I only took it for like 2 weeks because I just felt I don't like the feeling of being drugged. And I took it for 2 weeks, and I, just threw it away. It's like, nope, I'm just going to deal with this however I can deal with it. If I got to I'll just I'm going to deal with this however I deal with it. No drugs. And the feeling that I got from the first couple of days being around this was I felt like I was on those drugs again. The drugs that I took were, it was so long ago. They were, I think, like serotonin uptake inhibitors. I'm probably messing it up, but something related to serotonin, the feel good hormone, and that's how I felt. That's how I felt. That's what it reminded me of. So my point is, in saying all of that, is that the feeling was, the change was really profound. And for that reason, the third day, I start taking this with me everywhere I went. Like even when I go to work, I take it with me. It's in my bag right next to me. And then on the weekend, I kept it with me and I put it in my pocket. First time I put it in my pocket. And I kept it in my pocket for a whole day. And then the very next day, not the next day, but that night, I was about to go to bed. I was sitting in this chair right here. I stood up and I tried to walk, and I just had like some intense pain in my leg, like not that far away from where this was. And for about 5 days, actually, well, for about 3 days, I couldn't walk. There was so much pain, and it was in a muscle that I never ever hurt before, and a muscle that I'm not even aware of that even works. It's like the front hip flexor leg, the muscle that raises your leg up forward. Like if I laid on the ground and when I laid in my bed, I couldn't raise that leg up. I couldn't lift my leg up without feeling intense pain. But I couldn't even lift weights. I couldn't do squats or anything. And I was real weak. But after about a week, all that, it healed. Everything went completely back to normal. And it's been over a month. It's been about 6 weeks since I've had this thing, and my mind is just totally different. Just feel really tuned in all the time, locked in all the time. I never feel like I'm alone, if that makes any sense. I feel like there's always like someone around me. I just feel, it's so hard to explain. I guess a way to explain it, when you're hungry, everything aggravates you, annoys you, when your blood sugar's down, you're hungry and stuff, everything aggravates you. But when you're full and you just eat and you just feel relaxed, and nothing can bring you down, and nothing in the world can stop you, at least in your mind. And you just, blocked from everything. You feel so secure. That's the way I've been feeling, like all this time since this thing. Now, I just glossed over like being hurt really badly for like a week. But aside from that, the whole experience was extremely positive. And after the pain went away, everything went completely back to normal. So I say all that to say I gave you the good, bad, the ugly on this diode, and I think really highly of it. And my issue with the people, and they wrote this book. It doesn't tell you anything. It's really just to sell the device and brag about the diode. But like when you don't tell someone how something works, then they could get hurt. And and even according to your information, it's completely safe, it's completely natural, it's completely non-toxic, etc., etc. But I got hurt by it. But thereafter, I feel incredible, and the whole experience has been just excellent. Aside from that one issue that subsided pretty quickly, is like a week. Okay, so that's my video. I end my video here, And you kind of have a glimpse into my mind. If you follow astrology, I'm a Pisces sun, but I'm a Capricorn moon. And if you know about astrology, the moon tells you about who a person is behind closed doors and what a person does to make themselves feel protected. So if you ever have like a psychological breakdown, or if you ever feel like you're not being cared for or protected, find out what your moon is and find out how that sign of your moon deals with those types of issues. And for me, Capricorn is a sign of lots of structure, lots of form, lots of rules, feeling protected, having a system. Even the military. I'm former military. I did it right out of high school, and it just seemed natural for me. And I think, you know, your moon tells you where you feel at home, where you feel very comfortable. I feel comfortable having routines, even like following like a military like lifestyle, like wake up in the morning, run, and do this next, and try to, you know, get better, keep a regimented routine, that type of thing. So like, you know, me showing you all of this and having all of these options for protection, I think it's an indicator, a sign of like my moon, and it kind of shows, you know, it represents my moon sign. And you know, Capricorn, you know, it's the goat. So it's in the mountains, very high up, very dangerous situation, but it's completely at home there. Now I'll wrap the video up by, you know, I want to take my platform and, you know, do something really great with it. Even in a small way. You know, great things don't have to always be big, but I hope to change the world in a positive way and have some type of impact on the world and on people. And even if it's helping you on your day-to-day life, doesn't have to be a huge impact. Even the small things. Even me just sitting here talking to you, and, you know, you being comforted by my words just for the moment, you know, it's good. And I just want to say I love you all, and thank you for watching my video. And, you know, if you want to change the world, or if you want to change anything on a big scale, you know, it's an inside job. It's an inside job. I love you all, and until next time, you all take it easy. Bye.